Hi, this is Jacob Adams, and this is Orwell Mailer. We are going to be getting into mindset mastery here today. Today we are at Grindstone Co-working in Edinburgh, Texas, and basically we're going to be covering mindset and what it is, what it's not, how to do it, and stuff like that. Orwell, what's your thoughts on mindset?
Well, mindset, my thought on mindset is however you think about a particular situation, that's your mindset. And you can have two ways how to really look at a mindset. You can either think of a particular situation negatively or you can react positively. So those things are like mindsets, as you can see. Here we are at a good social networking workshop. It's actually a good spot where people can come and network. Trust me, what do you think, Jacob?
Okay, so mindset. My experiences with mindset are that you have to be really in tune with your inner game. I think Cat Williams said it best with, when you wake up in the morning, you have to be in tune with your star player. You have to be in tune with your star player. I mean, what are some things that you do to set up your mindset?
Like, you have to just get in the zone. It's all about conquering your mindset, dominating that mindset. And no matter what happens in life, you can react positively to any situation. It's like the story of Viktor Frankl. Do you remember the story of Viktor Frankl?
Yeah, we talked about it last time.
Yeah, we talked about it last time. And he was a psychiatrist in a German concentrated camp, and he lost all his family. And while in the camp, he realized that the human beings were powerful beyond measure. And what he said was, actually, no matter what happens in life, we all have free will. And that's a freedom to choose. Either we want to use our mindset to react to a situation positively or negatively. So that way you can conquer your mindset, believe it or not.
Yeah, in my personal experience, I've dealt with it. Like in the morning when I wake up sometimes, I find that sometimes I have stress in my mind. Now, myself, I guess as for me, one thing that I say to myself sometimes when I wake up stressed or worried is I'll say something like, man, I just woke up and I was in my trauma. Now, that sounds kind of weird, I think, to say I'm in my trauma, but has anyone ever told you something like it could be something very subtle, like just something like, why are you doing that? Or something like that. And then you go into your feelings, and you start feeling things. And so that right there is, that's what I call, and it's known in certain circles as going into your trauma. Going into your trauma. And so how do I get out of it?
Yeah.
I have little techniques. Like one of them is, I actually use hypnosis for one of my techniques. I'll use an application like DigiPill, or I'll use an app like Omnov. So I'll do stuff like that. That's one of the techniques. What's one of your techniques when you're getting out of when you're in a funk or you're in your trauma? Or what's one of your techniques?
Well, what I always try to do is I try to go back and first of all, you don't think about the situation, because it's not what affects us in life that really, get us down. It's your reaction to those problems. And what I do, I try not to really think about it. You know what I mean? Because when you think about it, it's like you're replaying over and over the same situation in your mind. So what I try to do is conquer my mindset. And how do I do that? It's like I train myself to not really think about the situation too much. Because, the past is the past, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So what I do, I always try to think positively and think in the now. Because here and now, you're actually safe. What a lot of people try to do is they try to, relive the past, or they project into the future, and forgetting that here and now, you're actually safe. Everything is going to be all right. So that's how I really conquer my mindset.
Yeah, I agree fully. It was Grant Cardone who he, in his book Be Obsessed or Be Average. Again, he goes, be obsessed or be average. And in that book, he goes into how he one of the questions he asked in the Audible version, you got to get the Audible version, it's amazing. He asked, what type of person would buy a book with a guy straddling an airplane? He goes, a crazy person, that's who. He goes, congratulations, brother. Welcome to the club.
Welcome to the club. So,
and one of the things, when I was going to college, one of the things I was so addicted to, I would always wake up in the morning and I say, what's my goal? What's my goal for today? What do I got to do? What do I got to do? And just asking myself that question, writing it down, and then just saying, okay, Is it done? Is it done? So in other words, I'm not worried about my feelings so much sometimes. It's just achieving what I got to get done. Before we got on live right here, me and Aura were like, oh, the iPad. We were going to use the iPad and the Wi-Fi was too weak and everything like that. And then I was like, well, you know what? We'll use the phone. So now we have two phones. Look.
Now we have two phones recording.
Yeah.
I mean, funny enough, like everything in life is always about taking action. Like just believe that nothing in life is going to be perfect. Let me repeat. Don't ever try to wait for the perfect moment. Just take the moment and make it perfect. All right? Because if you wait for the perfect moment, you'll probably end up waiting a lifetime. So if you really want to do something or get something done, just take action. It don't have to look perfect, but at least you have something. You should always have that mindset. Don't wait. You just have to have affirmative action and just know that you got to get things done. You gotta have that mindset. You feel me?
Do you have a story, Orwell, where maybe there's a time where you had a situation where it wasn't perfect, you didn't know, and then you used your own advice, you took action, and it paid off? Do you have one story you can think of like that?
I can even tell you about my story of writing like motivational messages on the board. Like I didn't have the markers, I didn't have the perfect board, but I just got the idea and I just ran with it. Like, I mean, you just gotta go with it. And funny enough, that has been like one of my best stories so far, or like one of my best accomplishments so far, just taking action. And that's what life is about, just having that mindset that things don't have to be perfect, but you just have to at least make sure you get something done. That's the most important thing that you can at least try to implement in your daily life.
So you're saying that you were, where were you? I mean, where did you get your board? What store did you get your board at? Like, let's literally walk through that process. Okay. So
one night, all right, I was by my bedside and I was asking myself, a couple of questions, and I was like, you're a motivational speaker, right? You want to motivate people.
This was you talking to yourself.
This was me talking to myself and asking myself and challenging myself. You're a motivational speaker, right? You want to motivate people. Then why aren't you doing it on a daily basis? And that's when I got the idea, and I immediately went to Walmart the next morning and got a board. And I just got a board, and I just came up with a message right there and then on the spot.
How much was the board?
Like $17. It wasn't even expensive.
Okay, $17.
But I mean, it's an investment knowing that, I mean, it's going to pay off one day. And really and truly, it's something that I love doing. Like, look at me. I love inspiring people. I love inspiring and motivating people.
So for $20, you were on your way. You spent $20 for the markers. The markers cost. What do the markers cost?
I think I had markers before. Like I had markers like already in my room because like I had a little whiteboard before that, but it had lines on it.
And what were some of the fears? Did you face any fears, any doubts, did you face anything like, oh man, I don't know what people are going to think. I don't know. Anything like any, because then obviously you said, hey, you had to talk to yourself. So that's, you were tapping into your mind. It's not like you were eating chips. You weren't like, sure, I'll take some chips. Sure. You know what I mean? So what was that? What did it feel like to like, hey, I'm gonna be riding around with a board? I called him. I called him today and I go, hey man, come meet me at this place. And he goes, I go, just so you'll be in a hurry probably, so don't bring the board. And he says, nah man, that's my game, man. I gotta be on my game. You don't understand. And I'm like, man, I started laughing. I go, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Because I mean, the board just feels like a part of me right now because like I take it everywhere I go. It's like putting on a shoe. Every time I step outside, I always have like a shoe or flip-flops or slippers. And that's why I take the board with me because like in every situation, someone is gonna need that message. You don't know who's gonna need your message. So that's why I take it with me, hoping that somebody who needs it might see it and at least take their mind off whatever problem they're going through, and just inspire them. So I mean, what about you, Jacob? Like,
well, I mean, I would have not met you if you hadn't had that.
If I hadn't had that board, right?
Yeah, because when I finally introduced myself to Orwell, I had already seen the board. It says "Love All," and I saw him, and I go, "Hey," I was like, "Right on, man!" And I just went on about my day. I was like, "Good for him, good for him," But I just went on about my day, and then it wasn't until I decided to actually create this seminar and everything, and I was like, who's this guy? Like, what's up with him? And it was late at night. It was like 8 p.m. So I was on my way somewhere to meet somebody. I forget who. It was somebody cool or whatever. And I was like, I'm gonna meet somebody cool. And then I see Orwell. It's late at night, and he's driving. And I go, "Hey, man, what's up?" So I told him a little bit about my seminar and everything. I'm like, "Oh, we should collaborate and stuff." And I told him that, and he's like, "Yeah, whatever." So then here we are, and so this is evidence of when you take action and set your mind to
You hear
something.
that? Take action, okay?
It opens up the doors
Yeah,
to the new relationships, to the new friendships, to the new levels of success, the new levels of stuff, and then that's exactly what what happens when you take action. And as far as me goes, I mean, I think that some of my most the toughest one in my life was been when I set up the Evolution Training Department. I think one of them was that because I was in Houston, and I had a girlfriend at the time up there in Houston, and she was like, we were getting along. It was cool. We had our thing. It was nice. She was very smart girl, very intellectual, very kind. And here I was wanting to grow a company, and I had an opportunity to grow it down South Texas here. And I was like, okay, well, what am I gonna do? And I had to choose. I had to make a gut check. Like, what is it that I'm really about? And I decided to build the company, and I did end up losing a relationship, but I gained so much personal growth, and I had to keep a mindset onto what do you really want to do in your lifetime. And I think that's sort of some of the things that we have to process as adults is, what do you really want? What's your defining legacy gonna be? When the casket closes in your life, like, what do you? It's real talk. It's real talk.
And funny enough that you mentioned that, because like, this morning, what I had on my board, actually today, it's right there on my board, actually. A matter of fact, let me go ahead and show you guys so you guys can see it. The seeing is believing. All right? So as you guys can see, this is the message I had on the board today. Like, who are you? Like for real, who are you? And I just want to challenge everyone out there to really ask yourself, who are you and what do you stand for? Because if you don't stand for anything, you're gonna fall for, if you don't stand for something, you're gonna fall for anything. So you have to know, who are you? What is your purpose? Like, why are you here? What do you do? How can you help the world? How can you benefit people? How can you make someone's life easier? And those are the questions that I think, it's very important. And like right now, if you're like in your 20s or just approaching 20s, like, that's the time when you really need to start asking yourself, like, those type of questions. You really need to find yourself and who you are. And that's why I was inspired so much to really have this on my board. Like who are you? Who are you?
Yeah, who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
That's the mindset.
Who are you?
Like you're peeking over a fence, right? Like you're peeking over somebody's fence. Like, who are you? What can you bring to the table? Like, what can you bring to this world? How can you inspire people? What kind of mindset do you have? That's the question I want you all to answer.
So I'm gonna ask me, Orwell.
Like, who are you, Jacob? Who are you?
I am love. I am a person that's loving. I'm love. I feel like that's all I have.
You're love.
All I have is love. I don't have anything else but love. Because at the end of the day, like, you say, oh, Jacob, you have a pen, don't you? Yeah, but I got it because I want to write and I want to contribute love to the world. I want to be someone that shows up to work. So and I do that because I love my parents. I love my family. I want to be somebody that makes my parents proud. So it's love. At the end of the day, what's driving everything is love. So I'm love. That's what I am.
And guess what? You see, love is the strongest force on this universe. Believe it or not.
And why is that? How come?
Because
I'm not disagreeing. I'm saying, how come?
Love spreads. It's positive energy and it spreads. So once you say you're love, it's automatically gonna spread. You feel me? You get what I'm saying?
It's almost like out of your control. It just starts. It starts radiating.
Yes.
It starts radiating.
Radiating.
Like, and it's almost like I am love. It's like when I say I am love, I don't have an agenda with that. It's like, here I am. Like, I am love.
You love.
I
mean, it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Just love. Like, 3 words. I am love. That's it. It's not complicated. It's not rocket science. It's just simple and clear cut. You really need to define yourself in the most simplest of ways. You got to be simple. It can't be anything like too mind-boggling.
Yeah.
It has to be simple. Like, what do you stand for?
And what about you? What are you, or what are you?
I am 3 things. I am peace, love, and unity. And that's what I stand for. That's my whole movement. My aim is to spread peace, love, and unity, across the world, to inspire people. That's what I want. That's my whole mission. And that's why I do this every day, waking up with a different message on the board. to
Okay.
spread that love and that peace and the happiness and that joy, because it's something worth contributing.
And well, we're talking about mindset, and so one of the things that I know as I've moved into, I've coached for 16 years. I've coached people of all jobs, nurses, doctors, teachers. I've coached people of all career paths. And so as I move into the next stage of my coaching, going into mentorship and growth and career growth and and philosophy growth, that's been something that's been challenging for me to an extent. Because it's like to make that evolutionary jump where it's like, to go out into the world and say, this is what I'm about. That takes a certain level of trusting yourself. And that takes a lot of mindset for me.
Yeah, it's all about the mindset, as you say. It all goes back to this word right here. You get mindset. It all goes back to the mindset. Like, do you think you have what it takes? You have to have that mindset before you even start.
Let's see, ask me.
You
Ask,
have to
ask
believe.
me on camera. Ask me.
Like, do you believe you have what it takes?
Definitely.
Do you?
Definitely.
Without a doubt, right?
I mean, I can't doubt. I don't. What?
What doubts?
What?
What are doubts?
Huh?
It's not even in our vocabulary. What doubts?
I'm just
Come
saying.
on.
I mean, in other words, all I'm saying is, do I believe I have what it takes? Of course I do. Of course I do. And what about you? Do you have what it takes to achieve what you want to achieve?
Of course.
Ask them.
Like, do you have what it takes? The question is, we're challenging you guys now. All right, we're about to challenge you. You ready? You ready, Jacob?
What you say? Wagwan.
Wagwan. Hey,
what does that mean? What does that mean?
It's saying hey in Jamaica.
Okay,
what's
right.
going on?
Wagwan.
Wagwan, Dan. Everything good? Yo, bless up, dog. Bless up, Zin. Yeah, man. Like, do you have what it takes? Do you have what it takes to fulfill all your dreams, your aspirations, everything aside? Do you have what it takes?
Think about it. Think about it. So anything else that we want to leave before we start wrapping up today? Is there anything that we want to leave the audience today to think about?
I just want to say thank you to Kimberly Gorham, all right? She said she loves seeing me around our own school. Thank you so much. I hope you saw my message today, and keep watching. Stay tuned. Hey, Mika, what's up? Jermika Lee. And Dan, big up yourself.
All right. So any
Oh, he's in Qatar. Oh, he's in Qatar. Qatar. Wow, yo, I hope you enjoyed the trip, Dan. All right, big up, bless up, yo.
So any last thoughts on mindset at all, Orwell? I mean, we just wanted to come up on here, do a mindset talk. Any last thoughts on it? I mean, to me, that seems to be the main thing. The main thing. Because even this Facebook Live, even if I'm writing an email, even if I'm going to the gym, it's like I have to tune into where I'm at mentally and how dedicated I am to commitment to that clarity. I have to have vision and clarity to achieve everything from the workout to an email to this video to dinner. Like, it's just like, do you own what's up in here? Or is it the media? Is it politics going in there and like pissing you off, or your friends, or people trying to just drain your attention, or just stuff like that that's maybe too many magazines that are just like draining your attention, too much stuff that's just killing your energy and your focus. So mindset is so important.
It's very important. And I think once you can conquer your mindset, you're ready to take on the world. Once you can conquer what's up here, you can conquer everything that's out there. But it all starts from here first. You have to have a good mindset. You have to own that mindset and conquer it, right, Jacob? That's where it starts from.
We've said it so many times in this video.
It's so repetitive because we have to emphasize how important it really is, because your mindset, trust me. Like Marcus Garvey said, like, if you have doubts, I'm not going to quote him, but like,
so why don't we do some
if you don't believe in yourself, you have already lost the race before you even finish.
So what are some challenging stuff that we could do to ourselves? If you want to give us a challenge, like, hey, you know what, these guys, go climb Mount Everest. Don't say that, by the way. Don't say Mount Everest. But is there any challenges that you might have? Like, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? Anything that you find challenging that you could say, well, I think I've always, and maybe me and Orwell can go do them, go meet people or whatever, and she's challenge ourselves.
Just challenge yourself.
I know I have some challenges this week. I have some challenges already lined up this week.
We all have challenges on a daily basis. But I want to tell you guys, just challenge yourself. If you're fearful of something, if you're shy or something that you haven't tried before, or you're a bit hesitant, go do it. Challenge yourself. Use that mindset and just know that you can accomplish anything you put your mind to. All right? That's my challenge for you guys today. Okay?
All right. Well, this is Jacob signing off.
And this is Orwell signing out. pleasure you guys watching, and thank you so much. Respect. All right, guys.
All right, peace out, everybody.
Have a
Catch
good
you next
day.
time. Bye.